So the first thing to do when you want to grade an item is to, if I'm using my pictures here that have the grade rules as offsets, I do like to place that as the background just to begin with. But because the orientation of my skirt in this instance is horizontal relative to its normal location, to the grain line, I am rotating my piece to begin with and laying it along the center front, along the x-axis to mimic the shape that my picture's in, just to make life easier. I am only doing half a side. You can see I've placed my other side over there. Because they are linked, it'll do the opposite grading, so I don't have to do both pieces. And it just, again, makes it easier to see and follow the instructions for the half front piece that I have an image for here. Okay, so when I want to begin grading, I first have to go into my object browser and select this little feature right here that says grading. When I select that, I don't get much in my window. So the first thing to do is press this button that says add, and this is going to give me my size grouping. We can use our size grouping for a number of things, but we're only going to create one size group for this particular piece. We can apply this size group to all of our pieces, in which we should, since they're all for the same garment, but you don't have to. So they give you the option of creating multiple size groupings. And we could talk about in class why you might want to do multiple size groupings for a single piece as well. But within that size grouping, we do need to create all the sizes we would like to grade to below and above our base size 8. So I'm going to create 8 new sizes. So to do that, I go over to the plus key here on the side of my size grouping, not the add. That's going to add a new size group. But if we go to size grouping, go all the way over and hit that plus sign, we can get more sizes. And there are 8 sizes here. And just to have it coordinate with what we normally do for sizing, I'm going to change this to our normal numerical sizes. So 4, 6, 8, and so on. And I'm going to go up to 18 here, from 4 to 18, because I would like to illustrate the grade size changes that we talked about in class. Okay, and I can see that all the colors that represent these size gradings, so when it does a graded nest, it'll display size 4 in this green color, but these are all very similar. So I'm going to go through now and change these colors. And to do that, I simply click on the color itself. It pulls up my color palette. I can then go in and select the colors that I want. And I'm going to make them distinct from each other and bright. So once you select a color for your size, you do have to select apply. Otherwise, it will not maintain that color. So I'll go to my next one without closing out this window, hit apply, and so on. When I get to size 8, or whatever my base size is, I'm going to change that to black just so I know that that's my base size. Okay, so I'll keep going, changing all my colors as I go. Make sure you apply. I do like to have them on the bright side so I can tell. And for me, I like to have them go in rainbow order, because that way I can more easily identify if my sizing is going in the correct direction. Okay, so you don't have to pick the same colors I do. Those are just the ones I like to have. And when I'm done, I can apply and close. Okay, I still can't do grading on my piece yet. What I do need to do is go into my transform pattern, which I'm in, select the piece, so that's all highlighted. And then I'm going to go over to this small tiny button over here, which says assign to selected pattern. So it's going to, whatever changes I make to these sizes, going to apply to this particular pattern piece that I've selected. I could, and I should actually, highlight all of my pieces and do that same thing, press that button there. And when I press that button, it's going to give me some information about the Bezier curves, which I'm going to ignore for now. And then it's going to change my pieces so they look a little bit different, indicating to me that they are, in fact, ready to be graded. So now I'm going to squeeze back in and look at my single piece. Recognize that the changes I make to the grading are going to apply to the piece I'm working on, and whatever its linked piece is, it will not change the grading on my other ones, but this sets it up so the sizing is the same for those pieces once I do grade those separately. Okay, so I'm ready to go now. So in order to change any of my grade points, I now need to go in to this function, which is edit grading. And I'll pick it up in my next video.